She walked alone into their flagship, and the galaxy's finest laid down their arms. HFY story. The galaxy had a habit of throwing curveballs at humanity, as if Earth's 4 billion years of chaos weren't enough practice. By 2489, humans had clawed into 22 star systems, a feat dwarfed by the Cryon Collective's 400-system sprawl. The Galactic Concord, a name implying more unity than its endless bickering allowed, eyed humans like zookeepers watching a chimp with a laser pointer. Wild, risky, oddly competent. Humans are a glitch, High Savant Trailer declared at the 912th Concord Summit, as if anyone needed the memo. Their knack for surviving the unsurvivable was about to face a test that'd make statisticians quit. The Terran Coalition, equal parts diplomatic circus and culinary debate club, had been locked in a war with the Cryons for 4 years, 7 months, 3 days. Admiral Vorn's office clocked it on a grim display. Days since ceasefire. The war sparked over a border dispute. Humans claimed Cryon drones trespassed. Cryons said it was routine mapping. Both were right, wrong, and too pig-headed to budge. Skirmishes turned to battles, and now the coalition was bleeding systems in a slow, soul-crushing grind. Enter Cadet Nora Cade, a 5th year at the Terran Military Academy, whose career screamed, "How is she still here?" A wiry engineer with a knack for fixing reactors and missing roll calls. Nora dreamed of charting stars, not saluting them. She'd boarded the wrong ship before. Nobody forgot the Tau Ceti fiasco. Today, she'd top that spectacularly. Nora sprinted through Docking Bay 9, her pack stuffed with tools, snacks, and one definitely not regulation plasma cutter. "Cade!" roared Commander Thalis, her voice a sonic boom. "Your uniform's got last week's sim data." Nora's sleeve display blinked outdated stats. "Retro chic, ma'am," she quipped, dodging a glare that could melt hulls. "Training frigate Vanguard leaves in 10. Don't screw this up." Nora nodded, already plotting how to eat her hidden protein bar mid-sprint. The bay was a zoo. Cadets, drones, and bots screaming orders. Nora hit the boarding ramp as the call ended, skidding onto a sleek shuttle that was absolutely not the Vanguard. "Diversity training's wild this year," she muttered, noting the lack of Terran patches. The shuttle's passengers, tentacled, glowing, distinctly non-human, weren't her squad. "Huh," Nora said, as the ship hummed to life. It took 12 minutes to clock the crystalline walls and crayon glyphs. Oh crap. She'd boarded a Cryon envoy shuttle, fresh from failed peace talks. Her sleeve's SIM data mimicked diplomatic codes, so nobody questioned her. The Cryons assumed she was an aide. Terran diplomats thought she was security. When the shuttle docked with the Cryon flagship Eternal Crest, Nora did what she did best, blended in, praying her luck held. The Eternal Crest was a floating cathedral of crystal and light, its corridors pulsing like a heartbeat. Nora trailed the Cryon envoys, her survival instinct screaming louder than a reactor alarm. "If I get back, this is my memoir," she thought, then winced. "Or my court-martial." The envoys, drained from talks, ignored her, their tentacles dragging. Nora's brain cataloged details. Gravity 0.9 standard, air spiked with argon, security drones with glitchy left sensors, sloppy, she muttered. The group split, leaving her at a three-way junction. Escape pods were left. A glowing archway. Right. Naturally, she went right, deeper into the ship. 2 dodged patrols, and 1 hacked door later, her plasma cutter doubled as a lockpick. She faced massive gates, etched with cryon runes screaming, "Stay out!" "If I'm going down," Nora reasoned, with the logic of someone who'd flunked Xenoprotocol, might as well see the VIP room. As she touched the gate, it slid open, revealing the sanctum, a vast chamber of crystal spires, holomaps, and 19 cryon warlords, their tentacled forms draped in neural webs. They turned, weapons drawn, then froze. In unison, they dropped their blades, tentacles quivering. Nora blinked. Lost, are we?" The sanctum's silence was deafening, broken only by the hum of neural webs. The cryon prime savant, marked by a crown of glowing spines, glided forward, its translator hissing. The lone herald arrives, as scripted. Nora's jaw dropped. The what now? A holo flared, showing a human silhouette entering a cryon sanctum, mirrored by an ancient cryon mosaic of the same scene. "Okay, weird," Nora muttered. A robed cryon, likely a seer, intoned, "The Codex of Eras foretells. When the lone herald walks unbidden into the sanctum where none may tread, the war's tide turns. Blades fall. The great accord begins." Nora's brain screamed run, but her mouth said, "Yup, that's me, Herald. Here for the accord." The cryons clicked, awed. The prime savant gestured to a crystal dais. "The herald shall prove their worth, then speak terms." Nora stepped up, heart racing. "Prophecies, huh? I've seen worse plot twists." The dais glowed, encasing her in light. The cryons formed a ritual circle, their webs pulsing. "The herald faces 3 trials," the seer said. "Resilience, ingenuity, foresight. Begin." Nora, who'd barely passed diplomacy, channeled every sci-fi vid she'd binged. "Let's do this," she said, hoping confidence hid her panic. The trial of resilience was a cryon sleep chamber, its air laced with sedatives to knock out a fleet. "Stay awake," the seer said. "Prove your will." Nora, who'd pulled all-nighters fixing Academy reactors, smirked. "No coffee, no problem." The chamber hummed, scents like eucalyptus and ozone flooding in. Cryons expected collapse. Humans, built for Earth's chaos, shrugged off worse. Nora paced, humming tunes, feeling mildly sleepy but wired. After 10 hours, she was bored, not unconscious. The cryons, monitoring, gasped. "The herald defies the slumber veil," the seer proclaimed, as if Nora had slain a dragon. "Just another Tuesday," she muttered. The cryons' awe grew, their webs flashing. Back in the sanctum, the trial of ingenuity loomed. "Construct a tool from our relics," the prime savant said, presenting a pile of cryon tech. "Circuits, crystals, odd widgets. Make it serve." Nora, who'd jury-rigged Academy shuttles with duct tape, dove in. In 20 minutes, she'd built a scanner from a crystal lens and a neural coil, detecting a hidden drone. The cryons clicked wildly. "The herald crafts from chaos," the seer cried. Nora shrugged. "It's just tinkering." Her human knack for improvisation was rewriting their prophecy. The trial of foresight was the kicker. Reveal what none could know, the seer intoned, activating a star chart spanning 400 Creon systems. Name the lost cradle of our kind. Nora stared, mind scrambling. The chart was meticulous, but one sector, a faint blue star, lacked labels. A hazy academy lecture clicked. Cryons forgot their origin during their diaspora, their myths hinting at a nebula's heart. There, Nora pointed at the blue star. Your ancestors rose in that nebula's dust clouds, not a planet. The cradle's a stellar nursery. It was a half-guess, pieced from a documentary she'd watched while skipping tactics class. The sanctum erupted. Clicks, hums, webs blazing. The hidden truth, the prime savant gasped. The herald speaks the lost. Nora, riding the wave, pushed her luck. Foresight's a two-way street. Your codex says accord, not victory. You've misread it as conquest. The seer checked a crystal tablet, tentacles twitching. The text states, the war ends in shared ascent. Nora nodded, faking wisdom. Exactly. Shared ascent, not domination. Peace, not annihilation. The Cryons conferred, their webs pulsing. Nora stood tall, hoping her bluff held. The galaxy's finest were buying it, and she wasn't about to stop now. The prime savant's spines dimmed, a sign of deep thought. The herald's words align with the codex, it said. What terms for this shared ascent? Nora, whose diplomacy training was mostly don't insult aliens, improvised. Mutual borders, tech swaps, and a neutral trade hub at our frontier. No guns, just deals. She recalled a hologame where trade zones cooled wars. The hub's a bridge. Your crystal tech, our reactors. We grow together. Her enthusiasm, born of star chart dreams, wasn't faked. The Cryons clicked, intrigued. The herald proposes unity through exchange, the seer noted, as if quoting scripture. Nora added, biological protocols too. No cross-species plagues. Her time-patching academy medbays wasn't wasted. Hours passed, Nora weaving ideas from half-remembered lectures and vid plots. The Cryons, rigid about hierarchy, loved her structured plan. By the end, a treaty emerged, shaky by diplomat standards but bold. The prime savant etched its glyph on a crystal slate. The great accord is sealed. War ends. Nora exhaled, then winced. Any chance you mention I'm not court-martialed for this? The seer's translator buzzed, amused. The herald departs in honor as scripted. Nora grinned. Sweet. Also, can I get a lift back? The Cryon shuttle dropped Nora near Terran space, escorted by drones flashing diplomatic honors. A holo message from the prime savant praised the lone herald's accord, baffling Terran command. Nora stood before Admiral Vorn's council, her uniform finally clean, but 2 minutes late. Vorn's days since ceasefire now read 18. Her glare torn between fury and awe. Cade, she said, you either rewrote history or broke every rule in the book. Explain. Nora, coached by Terran envoys, kept it simple. Wrong ship, ma'am. Ended up on their flagship. They thought I was a prophecy. I played along. Got a treaty. The council's jaws dropped. The hub's viable, an aide whispered. clutching the treaty slate. Tech swaps favor us. Vorn's eyes narrowed. Genius or idiot? Nora shrugged. The galaxy's got a weird sense of humor, ma'am. Vorn's lip twitched. You're liaison to the hub project. Keep your chaos there. Nora blinked. Promotion. Containment, Vorn snapped, but her tone softened. Don't board any more enemy ships. Nora saluted, hiding a smirk. The treaty's hub, dubbed Starlink, was greenlit, its plans blending cryon crystals and Terran steel. Nora's accidental diplomacy had just redrawn the galaxy's map. Starlink's construction kicked off in a neutral nebula. Cryon drones weaving crystal struts beside Terran welders. Nora's treaty, once mocked as cadet nonsense, sparked a trade boom. Cryon sensors swapped for human fusion cores. The war's end crashed conquered nets. Hollow clips of Nora's sanctum entry dubbed the Herald's Walk. Cryon temples etched her silhouette into mosaics, calling her the chaos that binds. Nora, debugging hub relays, dodged fame. I fixed a door, not the galaxy, she told a hollow reporter, squinting. Terran cadets studied Cade's gambit, failing to mimic her luck. Admiral Vorn's days. Since ceasefire hit 90, her office now a shrine to Nora's slate. She's a glitch, Vorn told aides, half admiring. Cryon seers sent Nora a crystal, thanking the Herald's foresight, which she used as a paperweight. The Concorde, once sneering, funneled trillions into Starlink, eyeing human boldness. Leak said Nora used 10% of her improv knack per cryon scans. Generals shivered. In Lagos, a teen hacked a drone, Nora's spark alive. The galaxy's dogma, tentacles, webs, pride, bent to human chaos. Thalis, once her critic, zoomed Nora for hub tips. Tentacles relics. The Cryons didn't conquer, they allied, proving humans rewrote fate with a wrong turn. The Herald's Walk was galactic legend, hollow feeds looping Nora's oops as cryon blades fell. Cryon academies taught human chaos theory, stumped by their own notes. Terran canteens slung Cade's brew, claiming it sparked guts. Orders flooding ports, Starlink grew, its crystal steel arches a symbol of ascent. Nora's treaty outshone conquered packs, its hub a trade mecca. Cryon envoys, once warlords, haggled with Terran merchants, awed by human chutzpah. They plan by accident, a seer muttered. Webs dim, Nora, wiring hub docks, ignored 15 envoy calls and a cryon bard's hymn. I'm an engineer, she told holocams, squinting. Her knack, fixing, bluffing, dreaming, wasn't prophecy. It was Earth's grind. Concord analysts, humbled, burned texts calling humans reckless. Starlink's first trade fair drew 40 species, no shots fired. In Mumbai, a kid rewired a bot, Nora's fire spreading. The galaxy's power, webs, drones, sneers, knelt to human boldness. Thalis streamed chaos to stars, urging, improv wins. The collective didn't crush humans, it joined them, proving Nora's stumble reshaped reality with a shrug. 2 years on, Starlink was a galactic hub, its markets buzzing with cryon crystals and Terran reactors. Nora's slate, etched with the Accord, sat in a hollow vault tagged Herald's Triumph. The Concord made Sol a core ally. Tentacles obsolete. Nora's team, Terran welders, Cryon seers, built Starlink's core. Their banter a new dialect. She's myth. Vorn sighed, dodging holofans. Thales' chaos to stars topped charts. His line, boldness rules, carved on hulls. Starlink's trade net funded 12 systems, no strings. Academies fled old doctrines. Cadets chanting, Cade's spark. In Cairo, a teen hacked a relay, Nora's fire alive. The galaxy's hubris, webs, drones, sneers, dissolved. Humans led, boldness unmatched. Nora, on Starlink, fixed docks, her prophecy a running gag. Just a bad turn, she told holocams, squinting. Schools taught Cade's edge. Trainers awakened. A Cryon poet wrote, Order fades, chaos forges. The collective didn't mock Nora. It crowned her, proving humans rewired reality with a step. The Concord Summit, post-Starlink, was a circus. Cryon seers praised the Herald's ascent, while Terran envoys smirked, waving trade deals like swords. Nora's treaty shifted borders. 22 human systems now untouchable. Cryon war drones became trade bots, their webs humming commerce. They're not reckless, a conquered savant admitted, torching old data. Nora, debugging Starlink's grid, shrugged off fame. I'm here for the wiring, she told a Cryon aide, grinning. Her Accords hub drew 60 species, its docks a cultural stew. Terran Cryon bands played fusion beats, crashing holonets. Vorn's days. Since ceasefire hit 700, her office a museum of Nora's slate. In Nairobi, a kid built a solar rig, Nora's spark alive. The galaxy's dogma, tentacles, webs, pride, bowed to human chaos. Thales zoomed Nora for hub plans, tentacles relics. The collective didn't crush humans. It allied, proving Nora's wrong turn rewrote fate with a wink. Starlink's 5th year saw it rival Concord hubs, its trade fueling 20 systems. Nora's Herald's Walk was scripture. Cryon kids chanting her oops like a hymn. Terran schools taught Cade's improv, flunking rigid cadets. She didn't plan, she acted, Vorn told aides, half awed. Nora, now hub chief, fixed reactors, dodging 30 holocalls. I'm not a prophet, she told a Terran envoy, squinting. Her treaty's tech swaps birthed hybrid ships, Cryon crystals, Terran drives. Concord spies, awed, begged human tricks. In Delhi, a teen rewired a drone, Nora's fire spreading. The galaxy's power, webs, drones, sneers, knelt to human boldness. Thales' chaos to stars was canon. His boldness rules, a Cryon prayer. The collective didn't conquer. It joined, proving Nora's stumble reshaped reality with a shrug. A decade later, Starlink was the galaxy's heart, its docks hosting 80 species. Nora's slate, Herald's Triumph, was a pilgrimage site, Cryon seers kneeling beside Terran traders. The conquered named Earth a prime ally. Tentacles relics. Nora's team ran Starlink's grid, their hybrid tech leading fleets. She's legend, Vorn said, retiring with Nora's slate framed. Thalie streamed chaos to stars, urging, "Improv wins." Starlink's TradeNet funded 30 systems, no strings. In Jakarta, a kid hacked a bot, Nora's spark alive. The galaxy's hubris, webs, drones, sneers, dissolved. Humans led, boldness unmatched. Nora, on Starlink, fixed docks, her prophecy a joke. Wrong ship, right day, she told holocams, squinting. Schools taught Cade's edge. Trainers awakened. A Cryon poet wrote, "Order fades, chaos forges." The collective crowned Nora, proving humans rewired reality with a step. Nora Cade's legacy wasn't just peace. It was a galactic shift. Starlink's hybrid fleets stopped rogue drones, saving 15 systems. Her treaties tech birthed ships no Concorde savant predicted. Holovaults displayed her slate, tagged Herald's Triumph. Terran envoys waved packs like blades, snagging nebulas. Thales' chaos to stars outsold epics, his boldness rules etched on docks. Starlink funded 40 systems, old doctrines torched. Nora, on Starlink, dodged fame, fixing relays. "I'm an engineer," she told holocams, squinting. Leak said she used 15% of her improv knack per scans. Savants shuddered. A platform, some called X, buzzed with Herald human memes. Culture knelt. Holo shows hyped human chaos, crashing grids. In Beijing, a teen rewired a bot, Nora's spark alive. The galaxy's power, webs, drones, pride, bowed to human boldness. Thalie zoomed Nora for wisdom, tentacles relics. The collective didn't break her, it unleashed her, proving humans didn't plan. They rewrote fate with a step. Like, share, subscribe. Did Nora's chaos spark you, or Thales' awe inspire? Drop your thoughts and spread this Herald blast. #HFY #Sci-Fi Stories #Humanity Rising #Galactic Tales.